What is up, guys? This is Felix and BadgerBoss from Badger Podcast from HB Plus, and with me here today is a special guest, Amanda Rachel Johnson. Say
hey
hi,
guys, I promise I'm not naked.
So Amanda, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself?
I'm Amanda, as Felix has told you. Been with HB since April of last year, actually. Yeah, time flies so quickly.
Time flies so quickly. And by the way, those of you watching, you guys see this? It's done by Amanda, and that's Beatrice.
And Felix, so we named her Beatrice, much to Felix's discontent.
Chagrin. It wasn't my idea. I hated the name Beatrice.
Now it's grown on him, so we're sticking with Beatrice.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So let's talk about your experience. So for those of you who didn't know, Amanda was one of the athletes that went to Juggernaut last week. So how was it, Amanda? Let me just ask you a few questions. Let's do a very candid Q&A.
Sure.
Okay, so what made you decide to go on to take on this challenge of joining Juggernaut?
Well, as you know, I'm dating Aaron, right? So last year, I watched Aaron and Ivan and stuff all take part in Juggernaut and Hopper, and this was when I first started training.
When you were a baby badger.
When I was still a baby badger. And it looked like so much fun. So when the opportunity arose last year, I was like, yeah, let's do it. It looks like a load of fun, and it's a good way to see how far I've come in terms of my training and what badgers have done for me. So.
Okay, cool. And then, how long did you take to train for this?
In all honesty, maybe because we only signed up for it, I think, October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, September, October. So we had those 3 months, give or take, to just train for it.
And how did you feel about the whole training, the entire training journey leading up to the competition?
I'll be honest, it was really scary at first because I was like, there were times where I was like, can I do this? Really? Do you think so? Do I think so? But there are other times where it was like, when you get through a really tough bolt and you do it and you've got good time and you've got good weight and you're just like, yes, I can do it.
For the benefit of the audience who doesn't know what bolt is, do you mind explaining what is bolt?
Basically at HB we've got two different types of classes. That's the staple, which is the lift class as well as the bolt class. The lift is just your standard weightlifting, so you've got 3 different classes for it, which is your hypertrophy, you've got your weightlifting, and you've got your powerlifting. Whereas for bolt, it's a metcon. So it's either you do the RX version or the scaled version. For the longest time, I was doing a lot of the scaled version, and then after a few months, I think about 5 or 6 months, I started going up to the RX, and then from there, it started building up my confidence.
Wow.
Fun facts with Amanda.
Fun facts. So, well, you actually explained it better than me. I think so.
That's how much I love HB and Beatrice.
Yeah. Okay, so what would you say was the biggest challenge? Let's backtrack a little bit. Just now you mentioned that doing bolt, and then there are certain times where you doubt whether you can do certain things. So what are those things that you?
For example, prior to actually doing the Juggernaut qualifiers, I'd never done a snatch in my life, ever. And it took a little bit of training. Shout out to Sean Wong. Thanks for being an awesome coach. So he taught me, and so did Ivan. Ivan gave me some pointers. Ivan's a cool cat. You guys should look him up.
Ivan. WX.
For good measure.
Senior Badger. Been with us from day one, almost day one.
Yeah, he's really cool. So both of them worked in tandem to sort of give me some pointers as to how to do things. Sean even changed all my pre-workouts, which is actually the conditioning and the strength workouts that you do just before you do your bolt, which is, in case you all forgot, the Metcon. So Sean changed all of that for me so that I have some ollie lifting moves in there as well as some conditioning movements in there. So it was a great help. So the stuff that I thought I couldn't do was whether I'd be able to hold up my endurance, get my strength up, because as we all know, for the Juggernaut, it's a point system that works with the weights that you lift as well as how many rounds, etc. so on.
And that's an interesting point that you raised. You said that Sean actually changed certain things for your pre-workout. How has it helped you with regards to improving your Metcon, which is the word for bulk, by the way, the category for bulk. So how does it help you in terms of doing things with more repetitions, with a heavy weight, scaling up to RX, all of the different things? How does it help you?
It's definitely helped me a lot with my technique as well as my strength. So I can definitely feel myself getting stronger as well as my technique getting better. So I don't tire myself out or hurt myself when I'm doing all of these movements. So it really, really helped, because when the day came and even when the training for it came, it seemed like second nature for me to be able to get it done.
Yeah, that's really cool, because I often meet people who think that, you know, they just because, okay, they want to get better at doing Metcon, so they just keep on doing Metcon and Metcon and Metcon, more and more Metcon.
But see, that's the thing, it's a common misconception. I had that misconception as well for quite a period of time. And then people like Fong, who are more senior badgers and stuff like that, used to always tell me the secret to doing really well in a bulk is to do the lift.
Yeah.
But of course I wasn't going to do those two classes back to back. So what Sean always does for me is that he looks at what I'm lacking and then puts it in my pre-workout, so that, like, you know, nothing ever gets forgotten or left behind.
Right. So the moral of the story here is like the consideration for the needs of different individuals. So if you're someone like Amanda and you're training for a competition, it's not just about doing Metcon all the time. So it's about incorporating things to fortify and further enhance the effectiveness of the class, of the workout.
It definitely works in tandem with each other, because when you get stronger, it's easier to move the weight, so you don't tire yourself out so much. So if you apply it, if you extrapolate that concept and apply it to an actual physical movement, it makes a lot of sense. In a theory sort of kind of thing where we're talking about it right now, it might not make sense, but if you apply it when you're actually training, it works really well.
So just to give a sort of visual to the audience, how were you like when you first joined HB, and how are you like today in terms of performance? What are the things that you can't do, and you can do today that you can't do previously?
Yo guys, I struggled to get 45 kilos above my head and then 47 kilos above my head. Now comp day I got 55, so please, it seriously helps. I'm not even joking.
Okay, what kind of weights were you carrying for, let's just say, a strict press when you first joined?
It was difficult to even get 25 kilos up, if I'm being honest. When I first started, like, to a certain degree I do have the base strength, but that's mostly in my legs, so my upper body is very weak. So I struggle with things like engaging my lats and not tiring myself out when I'm attempting a pull-up or any of those things, or even kipping, which I'm practicing a lot because I'm trying to get pull-ups, guys. It's harder than you think.
Are you able to do pull-ups now?
No, but I can do negative pull-ups for like 5 Mississippis. 5 Mississippis is a long time, guys.
That's a nice photo. Okay. So, what would you say is your proudest achievement in your entire journey being a badger at HB?
I think it's not just one defining moment. I think it's a series of defining moments. Like, for example, jumping from doing scale to RX stuff. Learning how to do double unders without whipping myself as much.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, things like that. It's not always the big goals. It's great to have a massive goal for yourself at the end, but with an achievable kind of idea of how it gets. Like, I mean, you're not going to be going from, like, you know, squatting 20 kilos to like squatting 100 in a span of 6 months. It's setting realistic goals. So I wouldn't actually rate my success based on one massive achievement, but a series of them.
So
personally.
So being able to do a clean and jerk for 55 is definitely one of them.
Definitely.
And being able to do a negative pull-up is definitely one of them. Skipping is definitely one of them.
Yes.
Maybe you're double under right now.
Double unders.
Double under.
I can always do single unders.
Yes. How long did it take you to get double unders?
About 2 weeks.
Wow, 2 weeks.
But I can't string them together yet. Like, it's just 1, 2, 1, 2.
Well, it's progress.
Yeah, and managed to do them at JUGGERNAUT, so that was great.
Would you agree with me if I say, you know, like, there's a lot of people who,
Excuse me.
like what you mentioned earlier, they focus on the major goals, and they focus on it so much that if they don't achieve it, they feel down.
Yeah.
They feel let down.
I think that's the problem with a lot of people because we're a generation of instant immediate and instant gratification.
Yeah.
So from there, you stop enjoying the process. You only look for the outcome, which is a very dangerous mindset to have because you stop appreciating everything that you're doing along the way.
Yeah.
So you might have been able to, you might have upped your squat weight or your bench weight or your deadlift weight or your clean and jerk weight, snatch weight, whatever, but you won't appreciate it because you're too busy going for like, hey, I want that 100 kilo snatch. But you're still you've worked your way up from like 20 kilos to like 30 kilos, but you're not appreciating anything like of that.
Yeah.
You're just looking at the massive end game.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's sad for me because we've had this discussion before where we see like people lose like their hope and their motivation to continue because they haven't reached that end goal, which might not have been realistic to begin with.
What discussion?
Beg your pardon?
What discussion?
Oh, we spoke about this many times before, like just you and me when we go out for random chats.
Okay.
We have so many. We're so intellectual.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so I guess the lesson over here is that be appreciative of
The process.
Of the process. Be appreciative of every small win that you have achieved, no matter how small, right? And a lot of people, they just so focus on trying to get the big win, and if they don't get the big win, they feel so frustrated.
Yeah, it was exactly like leading up to like I know I'm referencing this a lot because it was what just passed. When I was leading up to Juggernaut, I tried event 3 like a few times, and event 1 and 3, and I just couldn't get it. Like event 1, I didn't manage to get past the first round because I couldn't do the double unders because like Sokanchong and stuff like that. Your legs are tired.
Right.
Managed to get through it. Got up to almost 2 rounds. Then my ropes broke. It was a very sad day. But anyway. And event 3, I tried it I think 3 different times, and I only got up to a max of 6 rounds. But on event day itself, I got up to 11.
Right.
So it's appreciating everything that you're doing along the way, and kind of just not getting bogged down about it. Like I got really, really upset about the fact that I couldn't get past those 5 minutes of double unders. I got really, really bogged down about it, and I was like, I don't even want to do Juggernaut anymore. But I did it. And when I managed to pull through, I was like, yes, I should have never have doubted myself to begin with. It's very, very easy to let your failures define you and let them sort of affect whatever decisions you're going to make next. But it's human nature. It's normal. Just as long as you get back off your ass and you're just like, you know what, if I get whipped, I get whipped.
That was so profound. I feel like I should type that up, frame it.
Just put it here.
Amanda Rachel Johnson.
Yes, I should just come right on your walls.
Okay.
Beatrice says.
Beatrice says. You're not Beatrice.
I can be her.
Okay.
You should be my persona.
Okay.
My Badger persona.
Okay. Beatrice Badger.
Yeah, Beatrice Badger.
So, tell me a little bit about how you feel in the days leading up to the competition.
Given the fact that I sprained my ankle 2 weeks ago, so I couldn't really train.
What happened? What actually happened that caused you to sprain your ankle?
I was doing a bolt, and I think I was just really, really tired on that day, or I wasn't focusing or something. But I was doing box jumps, and I was finishing this bolt in really good time, and it was insane.
Right.
And I think I was on the 37th box jump out of 50, and I was just about to finish. Those were my last reps, and as I landed, my foot gave out and went underneath, so there was a really loud pop that resonated in HB, and I was like, ooh, that's not good, ooh. Yeah, and then it swelled up and stuff like that. So I was told by Fred, which is Precise Rehab, shout out, what's up? And Lip Chin, thanks for fixing up my ankle, you the man. Yeah, so I was told by Fred, he needled me first, and then he was like, just rest as much as you can, but with 2 weeks left to the comp, I was a little bit jittery. I was like, how am I going to do this? Because it hurt to do a lot of movements. Even the double unders, after a while, it just hurts so much. But it's just training through the pain, I guess. Bigger picture.
Training through the pain.
Yeah.
How, so you had an injury, and for most people out there, it would be perfectly understandable if you were to just pull up. Why didn't you?
Because I'd set a goal for myself, and Mama didn't raise a quitter.
Mama didn't raise a quitter?
No, I'm kidding. It's because you're your harshest critic, and if you let something like that, it's the same thing like with your food and stuff like that. That mentality where you're just like, I've already had one bite, I might as well eat all of it. It's the same. I already got one injury, I might as well pull out the whole thing. If you can get through it, get through it. As long as you take like the necessary steps to ensuring that you can do it. Which is why I went to go see Fred, and I did a lot of icing, and I took a lot of time off training for that 2 weeks. I trained once a week in the 2 weeks leading up to Juggernaut. And I was like, it's okay. With this injury, I'm keeping it in mind that I might not do my best, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I promised myself I would.
Right. Okay. So, coming back to how you felt in the days leading up to the competition. So you've gotten, was it all sorted out? Like your injury, your sprained ankle, was it all sorted out? Or
it wasn't. It was still pretty painful, but as I said, I decided to power through it, and it was exciting. It was really exciting. Of course, there's like fear, and for the entire morning before my event, I was like, my stomach hurts. I need to go home. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up when I'm doing event 1. When I jump on the box, I'm gonna projectile vomit everywhere.
Was it butterflies or?
Like when I get nervous, I get like this really random pain like right here.
Not same
Like
here.
right in my solar plexus. Like it's a
Yeah.
really like it just feels like there's a rock in there.
Like cramping.
Yeah, like it's just so
Yeah.
I was scared. I'll be honest, it's natural. It's okay. I was actually freaking out. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But it was also really exciting because I got to put everything that I've been working towards, my own goals as well as the goals that I've set with Honey Badgers, like not just to go through Juggernaut, but to see how far I've come. I got to put that all to the test. So it was interesting because you break a lot of mental barriers as well.
What sort of mental barrier?
Like as I said, I couldn't get the clean and jerk past 47 kilos. I really couldn't do it. I tried multiple times, like with loads of rest in between. I think like that week, that one time I trained that week, I think I was in the facility for almost an hour, just working on that clean and jerk, just to see it, and I couldn't get it. And Sean's just like, you got 3 more attempts. If you don't make it, just leave it. And then we strategized my opening weights and stuff like that.
Right.
But from 47.5 to jump up to 55 kilos on event day, like with ease even, I was like, okay, that was definitely a mental thing. So it's kind of like, and even for event 3 with like, you know, the 11 rounds after only managing to achieve like 6 rounds when training for it, you push past a lot of things because you're just like, you know what, it's balls to the wall, all out, let's do the shit.
And somehow something unlocked in you. You were able to tap into that energy.
And like, you'll be tired because it's hot, and like, you know, you've already done a couple of events, and it's really hot. I'm really sunburned, guys, it hurts. Like, it hurts. But out of nowhere, something inside you will just be like, you know what, you can do this. And it's not even something you have to consciously think about, it's just something that just goes off in your head, and you're like, yeah.
It's very interesting because there's actually many cases of such phenomena, occurrences inside the competition. I mean, Jinmei had the same thing.
She was amazing, okay?
Wow.
She was amazing. I was like, you can do it.
What was the number again for clean jerk?
I think 50, 55?
55? She's 47, by the way.
Yeah, she's tiny. Like, I can pick her up with one hand.
Yeah. So cool. And how was it like? So it was competition day. You mentioned you have like stomach cramping, and how was it like in terms of rather than just the stress and the anxiety that you might be feeling? What positive things did you experience during the competition?
I'm so glad you asked me that because in that weekend, right, the Juggernaut weekend, I got to experience firsthand how amazing the community, like the CrossFit community is. Like, there wasn't an unfriendly face there at all, and everyone's just rooting for you to get it. No one's like, you know, just like nasty about it, like, oh, I hope she doesn't get it, I hope she doesn't get it. Everyone takes the time. Like, you could be resting for your next event, you could be sprawled on the floor, doing whatever you want, but no, everyone's there, like whether or not they're competing. And people were just coming up to me and going, you did so well, well done, we're all so proud of you. And like these people whose names I don't even know, and even people that I was competing with, like some of the guys and the girls from CrossFit Live and things like that, brilliant. It's such a beautiful community, and like, you know, it's all that energy that gets you really pumped up. And like, even if these people don't know your name, or if they hear it in the crowd or whatever, they're just like, come on, let's do it, you know, and they're like shouting your name and you don't even know who it's coming from. So the energy and like the love that you get there is really, really beautiful.
Right.
It's definitely something that helped. And like, it helped that like Aaron and Ivan and Arnie and stuff are all there and all like really supportive, and like, you know, they were great. It was really great. It's like, because like, you know, when you go as a spectator, when you're not competing and stuff like that, when I used to go with Aaron and everything to watch when he was competing, you don't actually get to, like, you see it but you don't experience it, but then when it happens to you, you're like, holy shit guys, you guys are great! Pretty much. Yeah.
And I guess a lot of people, they are very worried about competing because they are worried about how well they will be doing, and they're worried about what people might say if they don't do well.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about that. So do it for
yourself. Because there's no one in the world that you need to impress, or there's no one in the world that you need to do anything for that isn't you. If you're running around trying to lift weights for other people at your own expense, it's not going to get you anywhere, because ultimately you're doing it for you. No one joins the gym for other people. It's taking time out of your day, it's taking like your resources away. Like, you lose sleep over it perhaps because you might have to train after work and things like that. So apply the same thing to a competition. Do it for you.
Oh, let me plug this in for a while.
Close up of Felix, guys.
Not pleasant. Okay, all right. So, how? I know you did well. I think there is no question at all. Everyone did well as long as you take the step to go and challenge yourself to do something that takes you to the next level. You definitely progress, and progress is always a good thing. So, what is the outcome of this? What have you learned about yourself throughout this whole competition, during the competition, and is there anything else that you want to add into this Q&A?
I think pretty much just trust yourself. Like, really, as I said before, we're our own harshest critic, but really put yourself to the test to see how far you can go with yourself, because you can always push yourself to the limit, and you'll always know that you'll be able to take it, because you're not going to do something that's like death-defying or whatever, you know. It's something that's challenging, not just your body, but also your mind.
So what's next?
Hopper!
Hopper! When is Hopper?
I think it's in October.
It's in October, okay. How has joining a competition helped you? Actually, what is your goal? What is your fitness goal?
My fitness goal was generally to lose a lot of weight and to get really lean and like super jacked, like hello Hugh Jackman.
Hello Hugh Jackman.
I'm kidding, no. But also for a healthier life, like on a general basis, like I like to think that I live a very healthy life, but I also drink copious amounts of alcohol, so there is that.
Okay.
So it's sort of putting everything in a balance, and also because like, you know, I'd like to be able to still, like in the future when I have kids and grandkids, like I'd still like to be able to run around with them without being ailed by diseases, because like when you invest in fitness, it's a long-term investment.
Right.
It's something that you're doing for yourself for like ages.
Okay. So in what sense, which angle does joining a competition help you with your goals?
It's just, I see it as competing with myself, like to see how far I've come. Because as I said, like, you know, you're always gonna have a mental blockage when you're training. There's gonna be certain things where you're just like, can I really do it? Can I really do it? But it's more along the lines of just seeing how far I've come, just putting it to the test for myself.
Okay, cool. And what would you do? What are using all the things that you've learned throughout this journey, what are the things that you would do to better prepare yourself for the upcoming competition in Hopper?
Probably not sprain my ankle.
Probably not sprain your ankle.
I'll start there.
Okay, cool. So I guess that's it. Is there anything else you would like to add to the audience?
No guys, but seriously, it's really fun. Do it.
Okay. All right, thank you. Nice. It's
Back at it again, guys.
If you guys have any question, if you want to hear more of these things, drop down a comment right below, or maybe you have any questions, drop down a comment right below as well. And ask me, text us, PM us, grill us, ask us questions, no problem. And don't forget, like our Facebook page, like our Instagram. BadgerBoss, signing off.
Bye!
Bye.